Welcome to Igniting Inspired Inquiry, a space for real conversations with incredible humans. I'm your host, Jay, and I'm here to open the door to reflection, resonance, and revelation. If you have a moment to like, share, subscribe, or review, I would deeply appreciate you sharing the love. This is a space for truth, trust, and the kind of insight that comes from simply being human. Thank you for being here. Let's begin. Okay, we're good?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Oh, here we are. Today I'm so excited to introduce. I'm so excited to have this combo because I know where our combos go. I'm so excited to have one of my oldest friends, and not old in age and like how long we've been friends, which is just, and that's what I was reflecting on as I was thinking about this combo. I was like, this could go 7 million ways. So today I get to introduce my beautiful friend Jessie, who is currently tuning in from Oregon, and I'm feeling very, very excited and blessed. And I'm excited to see where this goes. So for those who are listening who don't know you, who's Jessie?
Yes. Oh, goodness. Well, I've lived a few lifetimes, that's for sure. Where I'm at right now, meeting myself now. Let's see. I'm a crazy passionate artist. I'm finding that more and more about myself. And a singer and let's see, a really loyal family member and friend, and a mom, a vicious mom. No, for the right things, for the right reasons. And a very emotional person, passionate about, the right thing, seeing people do the right thing and doing the right thing as much as I can. Yeah. So all kinds of things. I feel like a very strong heaviness, or not heaviness, right now that's kind of churning in me as in my 40s. That's kind of bringing all of the excitement for life back into my realm, I guess, at the moment. So yeah, passionate. I'm really, really excited and passionate for life at this moment.
Yay.
Yeah.
And that's what you shared actually before we started recording. You were talking about how you're feeling now, and especially in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And actually, do you mind sharing that?
No, not at all. This last kind of, I mean, it's really been interesting. Like for a lot of my life was kind of, my childhood was amazing, very easy flowing. I had, my parents are very like, they're hippies. They're like cruisy and go with the flow. And I was a bit naive to some things that kind of, found their way to me as a teen. And then, in each chapter of my life, pretty heavy things have kind of happened. A lot of people experience that. But this last 6 months, it's been just this really interesting, like, metamorphosis that I've been going through, just feeling like this strong urge and power to like see myself for exactly who I am, where I'm at right now. And I think it's the first time in my life that I've met myself right where I'm at, and I feel aligned, like inside and outside. I just feel like I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be right now. It's a really intense feeling. It's very cool though. I'm like fighting for myself in every aspect of the word, like fighting for my mental health, or just being an advocate for myself, for my mental health. And, even to the effect of saying no to things that I might be really passionate about, because it might not be the right time. It might be just too much on my plate at one time. So
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
So
Energy preservation is what creates like just such a beautiful place for us to play and be authentic. And
yeah.
that's what I hear. That's what I love about you. So here we are in the first question, which which you've
Hmm.
had some time to think about. And this one for you is, what's one moment, belief, or experience that changed the way you see the world?
Um, this one I was actually really struggling with because where I'm at right now is I'm feeling like empowered and in such a strong space. I don't feel as held back by trauma, like past trauma. I mean, I definitely need to dive into it and explore it more. I've kind of somewhere in my psyche had a protector, and that protector has held that for me. Um, but so instantly, the first thing I went to was the traumatic experiences, that kind of started the ball rolling. But I would say, finally, we had a really hard journey to have children. I had three miscarriages before we had our daughter, but like actually meeting her for the first time, I know a lot of people, I mean, it's like a world changing thing. You kind of basically wake up one day and you've stepped into a completely different universe, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because now you have this baby that has no way to protect itself, and you have to take care of every single aspect of a living creature. So that is kind of like, especially, and then feeling that, trying not to feel the heaviness of like having wanted to have a baby so badly and not knowing exactly why, but then losing babies multiple times. And then getting to the moment of like, I can't feel, you felt almost like you couldn't feel sad or bad or stressed out because you asked for this, right? Like I asked to have this child. Um, because we'd had so much kind of trauma entering the world of trying to bring a life in to this world here, I kind of was at this weird, strange point where I was like completely in love. Like it was all completely new to me though. And it's new to everybody. I get really emotional about this side of things because especially here, I'm not sure if I know it's not all around the world. There's beautiful communities just kind of cling to pregnant women and new mothers and new families and just kind of bring them up with this beautiful amount of joy. And that does not happen here as often.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Mm-hmm.
find your group, you have to find your family. So um, it was really, it was world changing,
Yeah.
in so many ways, you know, just feeling like a bit lost because you just need to protect this baby that is everything.
Mm.
And also just feeling like you couldn't be sad about how big it was because I had asked for this for so many years. So,
Mm.
yeah, I would say that is,
That must be a really hard place to be because, well, even just like trying not to feel sad.
yeah,
Like
it was,
it's like trying not to feel something. But that, do you think that comes from that place of like we feel like we need to be one or the other, whereas we can, and you've experienced this, you know this now, hindsight,
yeah,
it can be both.
100%. I mean, I think the biggest thing is finding, I don't know, finding strength where, okay, let's say you don't always have to be strong. That is one thing that like you will literally crack in half if you
Mm-hmm.
believe that you have to just be strong and struggle through everything. And
Agreed.
I think one of the biggest things I learned in that too is not only just finding a space where people will just take you in their arms, but like feeling okay doing that. That's not,
Mm-hmm.
there's literally nothing wrong with that. It's actually the most important thing you can do when you're a new mom. Or, God, anytime you're feeling
Agreed.
like you're having a
Yep.
hard time,
Yeah.
like
I just
ask
thought
for
that.
help.
Yeah. I think it's one of the greatest gifts is surrender. And when I say that, it's the greatest gift we can give the people we love, but it's also the greatest gift we can give ourselves is allowing ourselves to lean, is allowing
Oh,
ourselves to be supported. And fuck, does that take
absolutely.
a bit of
Oh
gumption to do it?
my God. Especially because here, okay, and this is mom, I love you. I love you, grandma. I love you, all the past women that have allowed me to be here. But let me just say, the examples that were given down the line, I mean, my grandma had a miscarriage. Did I know any of that when I was going through it? No. She also had thyroid disorder, which I have, and that was part of the reason we weren't, the babies weren't surviving, was
Yeah,
thyroid
right.
disorder, and my levels were all off.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this is another thing I completely cherish, and I love that you are doing this so much. I can't even tell you how happy I am that you're doing this. Just this whole, I mean, it's so beautiful.
Mm,
Um, we need these conversations, not
we
just
do.
in our living rooms. People need to be able to access this and say,
Mm-hmm.
especially with all the shit that's going on in this world,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it coming from here. And I apologize. I had nothing to do with it.
It's not your
But
fault.
I want to say, I was devastating, but I want to say, it is so important to talk. And that is one
Mm-hmm.
thing I am cherishing that I
Mm,
have with my girls. I
mm-hmm.
am so, I mean, they know about periods and they're 10 and 5. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, both of them, they know everything that's going to, I mean, like say within reason for their
Mm-hmm.
age
Yep.
appropriate. They know what's going to happen. They're comfortable in talking to me about it in every aspect of life.
Mm,
And
that's beautiful.
I, and it was no fault of my mom's and it was no fault of my grandma's, but I didn't know that.
Mm.
And it got me
That,
into a very terrible situations that I'm still have trauma from, in my
mm-hmm.
teen years.
Yeah,
Can't take that back. But you can have
no,
a conversation and prepare kids, prepare
I agree.
anyone who doesn't
In
know.
so many facets. It was similar for me, and I didn't know any different. It's just was
Yeah,
not talked about at all.
it
But
was
it
uncomfortable.
doesn't set you up. Like I felt the same way as I was going. It's like,
Yeah.
here, you do this, but like the rest of it, you just figure it out. And
Yeah.
not just bleeds and like women's menstrual cycles, but and I will
Yeah.
take that as far as like actual sex and sexual health and
Yeah.
safety and
100%.
all of that as
Yeah.
well. And as we're learning now, which I'm grateful for, like perimenopause and menopause and like how your
Oh my
cycles
God.
change
I
and
can't even.
how as a woman you're actually it's more normal for your body to fluctuate in weight than it is for it to stay exactly the same, and actually to have that perspective of your body staying exactly the same shape, it's really unrealistic.
It's unrealistic and it's damaging. I mean,
Agreed.
like, how stressful is that? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's it's just, I mean, it's been such a mess. And the fact that we can actually break through and break down the walls of these conversations and actually talk about this kind of stuff. I mean, I was just gonna say too, I just finally found my naturopath has got me on progesterone. I mean, I'm taking progesterone and it's the best I've felt in like
Yeah, beautiful.
years,
That's
probably three
amazing.
years.
And and what I was hearing is that when you said about, and again, we're not looking at fault, we're looking at what can change, right? But when you said
Mhm.
about how your grandmother had the challenges with her thyroid, like
Yeah.
if, and this is just scenarios like that had been talked about more, you might have
Yep.
got there sooner.
A
And
hundred
it's the
percent.
same with other things. Like I see there's family patterns, so that whether it's
Mhm.
PCOS or whether, and going right back to, and that's what I love you talking about your daughters and like talking to them about their bleeds now so that they're conscious
Mhm.
and they're aware. And also just like sharing as it starts to develop, because that's your body,
Yeah.
but that's also your intuition and your natural woman cycle, not just for
Right.
blood. Like
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
everything. That's literally the way you will
Everything.
know yourself.
Hmm. And how funny, like how, no, not funny. I would say how it's a little bit sad that
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any connection to it when I was younger.
Me
Like that's
neither.
sad.
It was just a
That's a
thing you
lost
did that,
connection.
yeah. And
Yeah.
actually,
I mean,
majority of the time, because of nobody talked about it, it was actually a thing that you kind of berated. It was just like, oh, I've got my period, gross, blah,
Yeah.
blah, and
Yeah.
complain
Yeah.
about it.
Right. Yes. I'm gonna celebrate it. They're gonna take a week off school.
Yeah.
We're taking a week off school. Let's just do whatever
Yes.
we feel like doing. Let's burn
Mm,
some,
yeah.
candles. Let's do
I
some
love it.
let's burn some
Well,
candles.
it's so
Let's do
special.
whatever. Hmm.
It's interesting because I literally just have come back from staying with my two nieces for the holidays, and
Yeah.
um they're 11 and 15 now, and it's
Oh,
not a secret. It's, it's talked about, but also, like,
mhm.
just for me, it was like I got there, and I actually got my bleed, and I was like, well, I'm not going to hold that back. I'm going to be like, okay, so
Yeah.
I just got my bleed. I told them, I was like, just got it.
Yeah.
So that means I'm going to want to go really slow today. I don't want a heap of movement. So maybe we could do like some arty slow. And they were just like, totally got it. But I was like, this is what we get to share.
Yep.
And then
100%.
within a day, one of my nieces synced up with me, and it was just like, what?
Oh,
Because
that's
that's what
cute.
happens, right?
I love that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. I actually saw this comedian. I can't remember his name right now, but he was talking about how us women, we're like, we've got Bluetooth because we sync up. I was
Oh,
like, it's
I
so
love it.
true. But that also is a celebration. Like, that's
Yep.
energy that we're picking up. That's like, that shows that we're magnetic, but also like
Oh, that's so
vibrational.
great. 100%. And you know what? It's so funny. Like, and this is the other thing too. And my dad's gotten me in, I mean, maybe the last decade, he's just like, he's so spiritual, like, with a Native American heritage. And, but the universe, I never really, like, we weren't religious growing up, but just discussing the universe and the energies and all of this, God, it feels so good. And I've started grounding every day. You just, if it's not, I just feel like society in general, I mean, it's sad and a little bit scary that everyone's getting so far away from that, like our natural, true connection
Agreed.
to ourselves, to the earth, to each
Mm-hmm.
other.
Mm.
I mean, like,
But
it's
it's the
no
key,
wonder
because to
everyone's
me, that's the,
anxious. And
yeah. And to
I
me, that
mean,
literally, that's the key to your wellness. Like,
yes,
if you want to have better health, if you want to, like,
yeah,
know how to regulate, whether it's sleep, whether it's bleeds, whether it's like
yeah.
gaining weight, losing weight, whatever it is, it's having that relationship with your body. Like,
Oh
that
my
is the
gosh,
key ingredient.
absolutely. Hmm. And with nature,
Yeah.
it's
And,
like,
mm.
I mean, vitamin D is not just from a bottle, people. It's literally outside. Like, what
So
are we
true.
doing? I
But
don't know.
it's beautiful because as you're sharing, I'm reflecting on a couple of things,
Yeah,
and one of them is like, it's no wonder that we connected, because the moment we connected, you and I, way back late 20s,
yeah,
mid 20s,
yeah.
this is one of the reasons we connected is because we were there for it. Like, we wanted to process life, we wanted to speak about
Totally.
the universe, we wanted to support each other, we wanted
Yep.
to listen and to learn from each other, and these
Well, it just
conversations that
came
we're
so,
having
yeah.
are
It was like,
like they're our way.
yeah, yes, totally. I mean, seriously, I feel like every time we get together, we live like another lifetime. Like,
Yep.
it just, like, you know what I mean? We're like, oh, that
Yep.
was a weekend. Yeah, that was
Hmm.
just it was a
That's
long
it.
weekend. Yeah.
Well, and that's what connection and conversation, deep, honest, integral, authentic communication gets to be. Like,
Yeah.
you get off from your dearest people and you feel like and when I say get off, it's because some of my favorite people are
No,
not
no,
in
no.
the same place as me. So you get off the call, you get off the phone or the Zoom or whatever, but you get off.
Like,
um,
oh shit, this is a different
woo,
kind of video than I was planning
yeah,
on.
yeah, whoops. But what
Totally.
but like you said about it feels like a weekend. Like, I just,
Yeah.
like, my cup feels full and my soul
Oh,
feels nourished.
same. Same. Every time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
every time.
Yeah,
And no matter how long it's been, we both always, it's like we want it to be
yeah.
more
Mm-hmm.
often. But like, how amazing is it? Having these revelations too. And I just had this recently too, where I was just feeling like shit. Like, it was right before I started feeling like finally, right, your darkest moment, and then you have a breakthrough or whatever, right? I just was
Absolutely.
like anxious. I literally had vertigo. I nearly fell on the ground. I was just the whole earth dropped out from under me, and I was like, what is going on? Well, I mean, if I'd
Mm,
sat down for a second and thought about it, I hadn't thought about myself for months. I just hadn't. I hadn't
mm-hmm,
checked in with myself. I hadn't thought about myself. I wasn't drinking enough water. I was just not paying attention to myself. And it was because I was sad and I was stuck. I hadn't seen any of my women.
mm,
I had barely seen my mom. I was just doing the cycle over every day, just being grumpy. Nobody really
mm,
probably, I feel bad. I didn't even want to be around myself really, but it was because I was not putting any investment in myself.
mm.
And
So
you
therefore
can't be good for
feeling
anyone if you're
disconnected,
not
right?
good for yourself. I was just completely, there was nothing
Mm-hmm.
connecting mind and body. I wasn't.
Mm. Well, and that's again,
And
that's
then,
where you and I would see that is like when you have vertigo or you have something like that, it's not like, oh, I've done something wrong. It's like my body's
yeah,
giving me attention. Like it, well, no, it's
yes.
getting my attention.
It's
And
like, hey, yeah,
mm-hmm. And that's a
yeah,
gift.
exactly. Pay attention. Yes, totally. And it totally was. It was like, and then I've had like these massive bouts of anxiety.
Mm.
Some of them were medication related. I did this, not to go totally off topic, but I tell you about the iodine detox last year?
Mm-mm. Nope.
So my naturopath has been, so I have Hashimoto's, which is hypothyroid disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And I, it makes it harder for me to detox. So she actually has found, she's doing a lot of really interesting research. Um, and she's found that high dose iodine therapy can actually completely flush not only like all the stored toxins,
Mm-hmm.
especially with your thyroid. And so
Mm.
I took it for about 7 months. And for the first time in me taking it for like the last 10 years,
Mm.
um, my thyroid medication went down by 30 milligrams.
Yes.
So when I was like not convulsing, but I was like having mass anxiety. So my thyroid
Mm.
meds were too high. But since
Mm-hmm.
then, maybe it's the perimenopause, but
Mm.
lots of shifts. Like, so the anxiety has been really high.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not to mention, the way of the world. And we can't discount how, what kind of energy that throws out for all of
Mm-hmm.
us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, that was a little off topic.
And that, no, it's beautiful. It's actually not the first time I've heard about this, the high dose iodine treatment, which is
Oh,
interesting.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that that is like definitely it's something that's richly needed in and around your bleed, especially if you have pain and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a lack of, which is, I mean, and that's the thing is like, I think that's one of the biggest areas where I try to communicate the most with my clients, especially when we're talking about body. It's like I
Yeah.
think that there's two schools of thought, right? There's like
Mhm.
I have pain, how do I make it go away? Or I have pain, what's my
Why?
body telling me?
Yeah.
And that's where I go. If I have a headache, I think back. It's like, oh, I haven't drunk enough water. I actually need some
Yes.
sleep. Or I've had a lot of sugar and I need to, and not that I do, but like I need salts. I need to like balance that out.
Yeah.
Like the more you spend time with yourself and awareness of your physical, the more you can
Yes.
regulate that. But most humans are I like, oh my gosh, I have a sore tummy. What can I put in to make that go away instead of what is that
Pepto-Bismol.
telling me?
Yeah. Right. 100%. And so this is what I've been feeling. So this last 6 months, and this is why I feel the most connected with my body than I ever have, is exactly what you're
Mm,
talking about. It's like, okay, I don't want a Band-Aid anymore. I don't
hmm
want that. It doesn't feel
hmm
right. And nothing about it makes any sense to me.
Nope.
It just
You're
doesn't
playing the
make
short
sense. And
game.
as Yeah, as soon as you switch over to understand, especially seeing my parents,
Mm,
deal with the medical system, and I don't want to say, again, it's a different school of thought. Like it's just
100%. And we can
trusting the
empathize with that.
doctor,
Yep.
trusting the doctor he makes a house call. He gives you whiskey, like, I mean, they're not old timey like that. Sorry, that's terrible. But,
That would have
it's
been
like,
great.
trust,
I'd be down for that.
I'll take the bottle. I'll see you later.
I'd rather have that than a course of some kind of anti something.
100%. Did I send you through that fever thing? That
Mm.
the naturopathic fever thing
Yes.
about
Yeah,
the
you
body
sent me
wraps?
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay,
So
sidetrack.
beautiful. I love
So
that.
amazing. I was like, that was one of the things that tipped me over the edge. I was like, you know what? Ibuprofen clearly kept their fevers going for days longer. Tallulah didn't have it, and Eloise did have it. And
Mm.
Eloise's fever was like 4 days longer.
Wow.
Like, so bizarre.
The ancient
So
recipes, remedies, the
I
ancient
know,
ways.
right?
They know what they're doing. It's the same. Actually, I went to this
Absolutely.
beautiful art exhibit just like in the weekend. And one
Yeah.
thing that really touched me, and I say that as I'm looking out at the herb garden, is like
Yeah,
they
I was
referred
gonna
to,
ask you about that.
yeah, they
Yeah.
referred to the Ngākere, the forest, and they talked about it like back in when the Māori really had control over the land. And what I mean by
Yeah.
control is that they were putting like love, and they were really caring for the land when they could.
Yeah.
They saw the forest as their medicine cabinet.
Oh,
And I was
I
like,
love
that's
that.
it. Like I see the same as the herb garden out there. I'm like, that's not just tea.
Hey, that is so cool. Okay, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
an illustration for you.
Yeah.
An idea.
Yes, please.
I've got an
Yes,
idea.
please.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Make that down.
So I love this because we're going to segue into question two, which is in the moment. You don't know this
Yeah.
question. But I wanted to ask you about, because you've always inspired me with your art and with your creativity. So I wanted to ask you about, I think about often from even for myself, my creativity looks different, but sometimes we have this perception that we need to be ready or we need to be inspired in order to create.
Hmm.
And yes, we have those moments, but then do you feel like there's also moments where you have to just keep showing up for the work and then and then it'll do you know what I mean? Like there's it's not always inspired. Sometimes you
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
just
yeah.
need to like sit with it and keep going even when you can't see the vision. Do you feel like that's true for you?
You know what? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. It's so funny because there's been so many times in my past that I've been doing like graphic design or an illustration that I really needed to do. Usually it was for a project that I wasn't necessarily passionate about. It wasn't specifically for me or like from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that I definitely was just like, just sit down, just
Mm-hmm.
start, just sit down and start. It doesn't have to be perfect. Usually it would take me about anywhere from 3 to 10 different sketches
Mm-hmm.
before I get the layout or before I land on the idea, So I feel like the less pressure I put on myself to get it right the first time, the more it flows.
Yes.
Like the easier it comes. I've given up putting pressure on myself. I'm like, you know what? It's going to come as soon as I start, but I have to do my method wise, I have to just do it on scratch. So it's just so low key. There's no pressure on a piece of
Mm-hmm.
lined paper, which is funny. So
Yep.
I've got this
Yep.
one. This is my
Hey.
sketch, my shadow
Yes.
box. It says
Perfect.
save our mother, and it's a
Oh wow.
like I think it's going to be 4 foot by 3 foot, and it's
Mm-hmm.
about like 8 inches deep. And each of these is a
Yes.
different layer, and the outside is black, like it's burning,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's orange, and then there's soot, and then there's all the way down to the core of
Wow.
Mama Earth there. But that was just this is the other thing. So when it's something that this is only I've found this is how I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So
Mm-hmm.
I it's taken about 20 years of just waiting to kind of do this. This is actually the thing that I was talking to you about earlier that I said no to starting trying to make all these pieces for a gallery show that's coming up
Mm-hmm.
in about two
Mm-hmm.
weeks. Because I was like, I don't want to force it. I'm not ready. Doesn't have to be on someone else's timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So ideas in that way, like just giving myself the space
Mm-hmm.
to just get it wrong a few times and find where it's supposed to be. That's where I live with the art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think there's a couple of things that come up there. Is like some people
Okay.
have the perspective that, and again, this is in relation to many things that are creative,
Yeah.
but that they need to feel ready in order to
Yeah.
start.
I think
And
it's
I
yes.
the
Go
opposite,
ahead. The more
right?
I've the more I've experienced in life, the more I think it's the opposite. I actually that
Hmm.
was one of the things that gave me the biggest release this last 6 months was saying I 100% do not have to be ready. I did an art show last year and I just came up and I was like,
Hmm.
sure, I feel the
Hmm.
need. Like I feel called to do this. I'm just going to try it. And I made it happen. If it was meant to
Hmm.
be, it's going to be,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely, especially with artists, I feel like artists should give themselves the most leeway. It's
Mm.
supposed to be inspirational. It's supposed to be
Hmm.
inspired. It's supposed to be from your core and your heart and your being.
Hmm.
Um, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to flow.
Yeah.
Forcing
That's
it is going to make it get stuck, but
agreed.
allowing it to just, like you're saying, just show up. It doesn't matter
Mm.
what you put down. Let yourself just be in art and see what happens,
Yeah,
right? I think
agreed.
that's where the best inspiration comes with art.
Well, I hear like in that perspective, in that energy, you're like removing the need for perfection, especially right at the beginning.
Yes.
Because that's the biggest
Yes.
fucking block to moving forward ever. And it's
Absolutely.
actually one of the reasons why most people don't even start because they go
Oh,
from idea to perfection in the moment of seconds. And there's literally no way to do that.
oh man, no. I mean, and that's holding so much pressure on that one
Mm.
idea. I mean, that's not
Yep.
fair to your art. That's not fair to
No.
you as a artistic person. I mean, I
Hmm.
think the whole point of art is to like release. It's like releasing like inspiration out of your body,
Hmm.
essentially.
Yeah.
It's just releasing this vision and inspiration.
I think
And
it's also there's a big element of surrender, right? It's like starting not
yeah,
knowing where it's going to go.
totally. That's my favorite art. Actually, that's what I started doing after graphic design. I started doing these like free flowing. I called it the paper tattoo, and it was just like these free
Mm.
flowing sketches. And then I think it was funny, like I didn't make any money doing it. I think I made some money on prints at like some farmers markets, but right after that they started that what is it called? This it's not I'm gonna butcher this. It's not zoodle. What it's like a noodle machine probably. It's
Okay.
like these books of like
Yep.
patterns and like just black lines,
Hmm.
right? Whatever the heck that is. And I was like, what the
Mm.
like, wait a minute. I've been doing this forever. Should have made a
Oh,
book,
yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. Hindsight's a
No, that's
wonderful thing,
okay.
isn't it?
But that's okay. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm feeling
Mm.
that more and more.
Mm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that question was inspired by, again, the perspective that we feel like we need to be ready in order to start. But my favorite quote is, um, don't wait till you're ready to start. Start and you'll
Yeah.
realize you're ready.
Yes. I love that.
And then also, like, just understanding, especially, so now I'm going to flip it to like sort of my world is like, there's a lot of training, a lot of advice or schools of thought around like
Yeah.
just come up with the idea, plant the date, the deadline, and then you will just because of the deadline, you'll just like make it happen. And
Oh yeah. I
it
can see that.
works, but
Hmm.
it's not necessarily surrender. There's
That
there's
is
like
true.
force and there's like so still, even though you get it done within the time frame so you do what you can
With a
within that time
boundary.
frame,
It's
which is what
about
I've
yeah.
been sort of yeah with which is what I've been playing with is like what if I don't have a timeline on it and I just put everything into what I'm creating and it'll
How
be
good does
ready
that
when it's
feel?
ready.
How crazy. Can you feel like if you think of that, if you sit there and just literally let yourself visualize that scenario and that moment
Mm,
with whatever art or project you're thinking about, and you sit there, how big of a weight does that take off your shoulders? Like just imagining it,
it's
like
huge.
just like
Yeah.
it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Like how big of a weight off your
Mm-hmm.
shoulders just that one little simple thing can take. It's like,
Mm.
and who, and this is the other thing. I had this conversation with Johnny this morning. Like, why, why in this world, like, why as humans do we feel like I know technology's had a major play in it, like being available all the time, but why do we
Yeah.
feel we measure our lives by the boundaries other people put on us?
Mm-hmm.
Even whether they're trying to or not, we just like for his work, it's like construction and remodel
Yep.
and projects, and people are like, you have
Mm-hmm.
to get this done, and he's like, I just feel like they're thinking about me, I need to get this done.
Yep.
And so he goes through a whole entire day thinking about that one person and the stress rather than, and then sometimes he's like, actually, I'm going to say I won't have this done until this day or whatever, or I'll have it done when it's done. But how good would that be able to be to say, it's going to be done when it's done. There's a time
Yeah.
frame for it. It can't be rushed.
Yeah. Agreed. But then for me, like when I think about that, because that's not the way I've done it before, and the other way
Hmm.
has worked, but because it's not the way I've done it before, part of me wonders, well, if you don't have a deadline, will you get it done? Like, will
Oh,
you see it through?
well, here's the other question to that is if it takes you so long to do something that you're just fighting somehow your body or whatever, you're fighting this timeline. You're like, I maybe you never wanted to do it in the first place, or maybe it's not the
Mhm.
right thing for you to be doing right now.
True.
If it's that
Or
hard to
it
get it
has a
done,
completely different timeline to what you ever
that's yes,
anticipated, and you've got to
exactly.
trust it. Because
Exactly.
what I'm also
Yes.
hearing is another level of trust and surrender. Like you
Yeah.
don't know how long it's going to take, but trust that it either will come
Yeah.
through or it won't. Because I believe we're actually meant for, as humans, we're meant to create things and not finish them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We're meant
I
to
love
start
that.
something and then be like, and not everything.
Well,
That's not what I'm condoning
right,
or
right,
like
right.
signing up for.
Yeah.
But we
No, but
wouldn't
hey,
know until we
yeah.
dove in.
And that's a beautiful thing. See, here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. That's the other way that you whittle this thing down, this life
Yep.
down.
Mm.
You if you never tried it, you're always going to think like why didn't I do that? Or what if I
Yep.
had done that? And you'll just question it. Like dip your toe in and see,
Yeah.
does
Yep.
this feel right now? Well, I tried it and that's not what I
Mm.
was looking for. So what's
Mm.
next? Rather than holding that space in your head or body for that
Yep.
thought,
Mm.
it's like you'll never know until you try, right? I mean,
Agreed.
that whole,
And
I love that.
that's a whole nother alignment, right? Is
Yeah.
actually because you may get into a project, realize it's not for you, but some people will finish it because
Mhm.
that the belief that they must.
Yeah.
That's what I said I was going to do,
Yeah.
even if it feels completely out of alignment now, because I've
Finish
shifted
what you
and I
started.
see that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
timelines are moving and timelines are collapsing, and like now I'm talking about energy fields, but all of that. But also we're
Yeah.
growing at a completely different pace. So where we were when we had
Absolutely.
that idea is not where we are when we're in the middle of making it, and it's like that's not of service anymore.
Right. I mean, it's so interesting. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from. Maybe it was like a workforce thing.
Maybe.
Like in the workforce, you got to finish what you started, like so business could go on as usual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's definitely maybe discernment there in terms of when that's of service or when it's not. So like there'll be some of us that actually need to like maybe we're not used to executing a project, so we need to lean into that and we need to bring ourselves to the finish line because that's not our usual and that's the inner challenge. And then there's others that it's like we actually need to know when to say this isn't the right path now. I thought it was and it was for the time, but it's not now. And that's a really beautiful path to like I guess regulate and explore. Uh, yeah, it's such a cool place to play. And I think we could go on forever, as we already knew before we started
Yeah,
this.
we
So
usually do. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a
What I
good
want to do
question though.
now,
I like
I
that.
know, isn't it though? Have you got anything else to share on that?
No, I just think that I love the way you're thinking about that. I mean,
Mm.
I felt that a lot. I felt that I've put a lot of projects just to the side and said, oh, you know what? I, it's just not, I don't have a vision for it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's okay. Like, it's okay. But, and then I see something else and I go off on a completely different tangent and it's a
Yeah.
beautiful tangent. And I want to live in
Mm.
that for a while.
And I've also
We
had
should
projects
do.
that I've put off to the side, and then a year or longer, I'm like, oh, I want that now. And so,
Hmm.
like, it's just trusting the timing, right?
Absolutely. I think,
Mm.
yes, I wish everybody did that. I think more
Hmm.
people could do that. We're just kind of locked into, we're locked in a lot, not we, but the collective we.
Yeah, I
Everybody's pretty
think, yeah.
locked into their, you
Hmm.
know, their life as they know it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Scrolling and go to work, come home, don't look at each
Mm.
other,
No, thank you.
serve people, serve children, go to
Mm.
bed, wake up, try to ground for 2 minutes because that's all the time you have.
True,
Drink three
true.
coffees and go out and try to
Do
survive. I don't know.
it
No,
all
there's more than
again.
that. There's
We
more
are
than
we
that. There's
we're
more
we're
than that.
reaching for more than that, but I hear you. And what you're really saying there is just being unconscious.
It's really important to look up. It feels
Hmm.
good to look up,
Hmm. Yeah.
recognize
Or
a few
and
things.
actually, I think about this too. Look up, yeah, or and look down. Like look at where your
Yes,
feet
yes,
are. Like notice the feeling of your feet in shoes, and that there those
100%.
shoes are on the ground, and what ground that looks like. Like
Yes, thank
look
you.
with your eyes.
I love that. That's the one of the beautiful things. I don't do it enough. I did it when the girls were really little, but I don't do it enough, but I want to do it more is just be at the level of a 5 year
Hmm.
old.
Hmm.
Like how I
Yeah.
mean, are you kidding me? Like if everybody could just
Uh-huh.
pretend that that's not abnormal and just,
Hmm.
you know, sing at the top of your lungs and do a freaking roly poly out in the grass. God, actually, it hurts to do a cartwheel these days. Holy Jesus, my hips, my
Oh,
hips.
yikes.
Ah, no, but good stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's the good stuff, man.
Hmm. Speaking of which,
Yes.
you have a question for me.
I do have a question for God. I had like a list of like 8 questions.
Don't ask me any questions. I don't want that right now.
Can I not ask you 8 questions?
Well, be
Let me
speed
see with
answer.
all of these. Oh man. Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
got it. Bring it.
I think
So,
so.
third section, third question, reflecting light. So, you're going to ask me a question.
So, okay, here's one. If you could go back and be there for yourself at any given moment or situation in your past, where would you go and what would you tell yourself?
Mm. It's a beautiful question because, it sort of takes me two ways,
Hmm.
especially when you think about like everything happens for a reason,
Hmm.
and I just kind of trust that everything it happened as it needed to, and
Yeah.
all of the things. So because of that belief, I live in it like I don't have any regrets, and I trust it. However, I think that if I could go back and sort of be with myself at any point, I think it's like early 30s. Actually, like in hindsight, living a
Hmm.
pretty epic life,
Yeah.
but not feeling it in any way, shape, or form. And what I
Yeah.
mean is like I was doing the things and
Hmm.
beautiful friends and traveling the world and teaching yoga and all the things, but
Yeah.
I was living in a world of not it's not enough and I'm not enough.
Yeah.
So it was amazing.
Hmm.
But the level of joy and connection and opportunity and all the things, if I was
Yeah.
just in celebration and gratitude instead of lack and
Hmm.
scarcity,
Yeah.
it would have been different. And it wasn't. So that's okay. There's no blame or fault there. But
Yeah.
that looking back and
Hmm.
being really disconnected from my body and from my feelings, from my emotions. And that's one of the reasons why I was in lack and scarcity, because there was so
Yeah.
much that was trapped within me that I was operating and viewing the world from that pain.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I didn't know any different until I did.
Yeah.
But I think that that would be, yeah, because looking back and being like that was like key time. Like that was
Hmm.
and I actually I'm some people even at my age now might look back and be like, that was your fittest time, that was your this time, that was your most active. And I don't feel that way, because I feel pretty amazing and healthy right now, which is like something
Yeah.
to celebrate.
Hmm.
However, like pretty fit and pretty strong and pretty adventurous and all the things, but I didn't
Right.
feel that way.
Yeah. Did
I
you
may
feel
have looked
connected to
like
the
it.
experiences, or were you just kind of present in the experiences?
I was doing the best I could.
Yeah.
There was a lot of faking it till I made it. And I
Yeah.
didn't know I was doing that. I actually
No, no,
didn't
no,
know.
of course. Yeah.
I didn't know I was wildly unhappy. I didn't know that I was constantly measuring myself against everybody else, or thinking that even when I was in a room of people that were fully receiving me and enjoying me, I was
Hmm.
wondering whether they were judging me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Right.
they were, but that's what I was
No, I
thinking.
know. But you felt something. You felt
Mhm.
whatever that was, whatever that
Yep.
feeling was. Yeah.
Just constantly in the measure and the perspective of not enough, and not, I'm not enough, it's not enough, and
Hmm.
what's going to go wrong.
Mm. Yeah. God.
So
Ugh, yeah. No,
I go and
that's,
have a chat with her and just be like, "Do you know what you're doing?"
yeah.
Yeah. Because at the same time, like because of that, I didn't let myself be fully seen. Therefore, I didn't let myself be like fully connect. And
Hmm.
like I have and had beautiful connections, but they could have been more. I could have let them
Yeah.
in more, but I didn't feel safe for that. And same with
Yeah.
opportunities. Like so many opportunities came my way, but I didn't believe in myself. So
Yeah.
I didn't go for it.
God, that's so, yeah. It's so interesting. I mean, it's such a journey. Wow.
Mm,
It's such a journey. I mean, 20s and 30s, God, teens.
mm,
I mean, I think after seven, you just have this, or whenever, to be honest, it's not seven. It's whenever that moment is that you just, someone teaches you something from the adult
mhm,
world that you just were not ready to take on or
mhm.
understand.
Yeah.
Wherever
Or
that
for us.
happens,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
a very interesting journey after that. Like it's just of finding yourself, of loving yourself,
Hmm. Yep.
of
That's it.
loving yourself. And
That's
that
the
is,
medicine.
and it's such an interesting thing though, like how quickly and easily the world that we live in disconnects you from internalizing,
Hmm.
or not internalizing, but like finding yourself.
Well, and
It's
of
like,
having such a limited view of the world.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. But
I think,
going back to how I
yeah,
started the question, answering the
yeah.
question is like I don't regret any of that,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
that's why I do what I do now.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I want people to help, and actually everything that we've talked about today, like in terms of learning about your cycle, about seeing your health in a different way, about understanding what's creative, and which is also like no matter what you're creating, trust and surrender. Like
Yeah.
that's the magic of being human.
Hmm. Oh,
And and that
it is absolutely.
that's where if we're living from that place, we'll be okay.
Hmm. I just wish, I wish that there weren't so many distractions from that for
Mhm.
society from that, because God, if you don't have a connection or don't, let's say, if you can't have these kind of conversations with someone or discuss this world, this,
Hmm.
not world, I'm sorry, open up enough to
Hmm.
understand yourself and to
Hmm.
understand where you really are on this
Yep.
planet and in the universe or whatever, people just don't have the access to those conversations. Some people really
Mm.
just don't have that.
Which,
And the disconnect is so sad because you can just
yeah.
kind of, I see so many people just kind of like, I don't know. Every once in a while, I'm like rotting from the inside if I'm not
Hmm. Yep.
having these conversations or recognizing my body, like you were talking about with the vertigo
Yep.
or with the
Yeah.
dehydration, like
It's a
not
message.
recognizing that. And it just literally eats you from the inside.
Mm.
All those
Mm.
things, trauma, like
Yep.
inward,
And
outward,
that's where,
everything.
in a way, we are blessed, like because we do have, in some way, access to it, like this, like hearing these conversations or hearing the people
Yeah.
that we need to follow. So there's a lot of discernment because there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of distraction. However, if
Yeah.
we're honed in on and because people are like, well, I don't know what I want. I don't want to need. I don't know where to go. I don't know what I need. It's overwhelming. And I'm like, just get to know yourself better.
Yeah.
Is it
Just start.
just that?
Just start. Just start. Just start.
You
It's
get
like
to be
that.
your best teammate, and that will always be the winner.
It is such a good feeling.
Hmm.
It is such a good feeling. And back to that, talking about your past self and who you, I feel like I finally just, like, again, circling back around, met myself where I'm at for the first time. I'm not running ahead.
Mm.
We're trying to run ahead. I'm not like playing catch up.
Yep.
And this is the first time that I'm like, I love myself. I love myself enough to fight for my health,
Hmm.
mental and physical.
Do you feel like that's one of your greatest achievements is getting to that place?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That
I
was,
feel the
that
same way.
was, it's funny. Okay. So I'm also still right on that was one of my three when, I said I was having a hard time choosing an answer to like to the first question,
Mm-hmm.
like that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely, being abused at 16 was
Mm.
one of them. That was trauma and related, it was held on tight to my insides for a really long time. And then having the miscarriages, then having the
Mm-hmm.
girls. But the one I really wanted to say was,
Mm.
felt it's still sometimes I have fight with myself on, is that a selfish thing? Of all the things that have happened in my entire life, no, it's not selfish. It's the most beautiful thing. I
Mm-hmm.
just have a hard time still choosing that as something
Mm-hmm.
to outwardly
Yep.
let
Celebrate.
shine, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? No. Okay, yes,
Mm.
I love myself. It's the first time in my life maybe that I've chosen myself over anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels amazing and I feel ready. I feel available
Yeah.
again for other
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Before
Yes.
I
And
was
that's the
just basically
medicine.
fighting
Mm-hmm.
every day to feel like I just want this much for me
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even leaving space for it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't going to show up because I
Yeah.
wasn't leaving any space for it. I didn't know how to
Mm.
do that.
Yeah. And the apprehension to celebrate that
Hmm.
isn't yours. That's a conditioning that's been passed on and around and you name it.
Yep.
So it's understandable.
Yeah.
But the more we do that, because you're literally sharing the answer here, it's like because you said when you do that, you're better for everyone else. But
Yeah.
we had that perspective passed down to us that it's selfish. And it's so not because
Absolutely.
when we're
It is.
operating from that place, well, also love is a renewable, like the ultimate renewable resource. There isn't
Yeah.
an infinite, I mean, there isn't a finite amount. It's fucking infinite. So when you find that
Yeah.
self love for yourself, it,
100%. Oh, it emanates. Yeah. It absolutely spreads.
yep.
And what a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am so proud. I have to say, I'm really proud of our generation.
Mm. We
Um,
really have got
because
to a place of
we are,
just learning what not to do and
well,
being
and we're
brave.
fully, yes, we're fully diving into this, you know, I don't know, unearthing and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, the generational trauma that's been passed down for just so many years,
Mm-hmm.
decades.
Yeah.
And it's so bizarre and so interesting. But fuck it. I'm sorry. I am not going to hold on to that anymore. I won't
Nope.
pass it to I can't pass it on to the girls. I have to be
And
careful
that's
not
the
to pass
key.
my anxiety onto them because having daughters in this world is a kind of a scary thing.
Yep.
Um,
Yep, it is. But that
Especially
awareness
having
will keep them
experienced
safe.
trauma. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, uh,
Mm. It's yeah, there's so many pieces to it, but it's like it's just being
mhm.
as whole as you possibly can and loving on that as you shared.
Yeah,
It's so special. I mean you're gonna have to come back, so I want to hear those other questions.
I'll come back. I am
We could
all
do this
in.
as
I
people
know.
are
What even?
listening.
What time is it? We're
We
gonna.
could do this all day. Yeah, we've definitely gone over time,
We
and that
would.
is okay.
Should we do
Part
some card
two
reading?
coming
No.
soon.
Oh my
I just
God.
want to say thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you
Thank
for
you
doing
for
what you're doing.
yeah, for sharing your truth and actually receiving that, seeing the medicine in it and
Mhm.
letting your sharing being a medicine for another. And that's kind of how I see it ripples out, right? To
Yeah.
just kind of keep passing it on. It's to pay it forward through truth.
Hmm.
And it's very
Yeah, let's
special.
keep the conversation going through many
Yes.
people.
Yes. Yes.
It's good.
Before we go, how do
Mhm.
people connect with you in your work? Have you got anything
Mm,
at the
that's a
moment
great
that,
question.
yeah?
I will be making more art and just I'm not so good at social media. I have to be completely blatantly honest about that. I'm going to have to hire somebody to do that for me.
Yeah, do it.
Very
It-
special.
just lean on their genius.
Yeah, I had
That's
an
what I believe
analog
in that
childhood,
area.
people.
Yeah.
An analog childhood. I don't know how to do the buttons. No.
Huh?
But yeah, this fall the girls are going back to school. I've been homeschooling. Yes, the
Hmm.
girls are going back to school at a
Hmm.
really chill spot, which is good. Feels pretty safe.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
in all ways. But yeah, so in the fall over here, so September, I'll be
Hmm.
starting up my full-time art business. So that's Jessie yeah, I'll have to maybe
Hmm.
on round two. It's Jess
Yeah.
Garrett art.
Yeah.
Or
I'll
Jessie
just
Garrett the
when
artist.
the links come up, I'll just chuck them in the show
Yeah,
notes so
yeah.
people
Okay.
can just message and be like,
And then
"How
I
do
was
we
gonna put
connect
the
with this?"
band info in there too, but
Yes,
that
please.
yeah, I think I
Yeah.
messaged you that earlier today. I'm very
Sweet. Sounds
yeah.
good. Yee.
You're Jasper. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah. It
Thank
was
you.
really good chatting with you, my friend.
Ah, as always.
As always.
As always. And you know, for those who are listening, I hope it sparks something in your heart, an inquiry. And as we were talking about in the second question with creativity, any of those inquiries, there isn't an end point and it doesn't need to be done tomorrow. Just follow it. See where it takes you.
Definitely.
Hey. And lean into the inquiry. And I think that's really special. I think that's where the juice lies is not needing to know where it's going to go. Just
No, just explore.
lean in. Yeah.
Yeah, explore.
Mm-hmm.
Find what moves you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because that's living, right?
Absolutely. We all
Yes.
need more of that.
Oh yeah. Yes. Agreed. Thank you, my love.
I love you. Mwah.
Mm, I love you
Good to see
too.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.